Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the mystery. The thing we've all been asking. And the thing no one really seems to want to explore. Dispersion. Well, that is always a good question. Because they kind of tell us what it is. If you go to it, you can pop on it. All shells fall within this radius from 100 meters away. What? What does that mean? That just begs the question. I mean, seriously. Then you go over here to the training grounds, advanced courses for veterans. SPG, scouting, concealment, shells. Oh, they do kind of go over that, but that's it. Like, they go over some training in here, some shell spread, and obviously they just tell you to let you just aim in. But I don't remember, and I'm not about to dive into the training session, whether or not they actually explain what dispersion actually is. Now, they give you 100 meters. Like, they'll give you penetration values for shells from 100 and 400 meters, but they won't give you dispersion values above 100 meters. So we're left with the occasional question of what is dispersion? Well, after doing a little bit of digging and hoping that the information relative to this game compared to the other game is this. Dispersion is simply when you're fully aimed in, mind you, it is the shell will go that far. In the case of the SU, is dispersion of, well, I got down to 0.422. That is 0.422 meters off center. That's what that means. Well, let's just go into training grounds, and then I'll actually kind of show more there. Alright, so here we are, training grounds. And we're just going to kind of sit here. So, look, okay. I am currently, so I'm aiming at this Panther. And so the dispersion of the SU-152, and to do testing, it's based on base dispersion. It's 0.495 or whatever. So, essentially, within your reticle, I don't know exactly how far the reticle covers, but at 100 meters fully aimed in, your dispersion on it is 0.49 meters off center, which is, the radius around the center of your reticle. And I mean, obviously, if it's within this, you're gonna hit. Pretty self-explanatory. So just kind of move around a little bit so we can make it bloom up a little bit. So, I mean, at 100 meters, you're probably going to hit a lot. Yeah, I mean, that still went. It didn't really see how far off center it went. But let's go to a little bit further distance away. Let's try things at a couple different variables off. And let's see. What is the heart? Okay, what is the tank at the very end? I think they give you the... it's not the 45. Is it the 45? The VK-45? Let's go down there. Yeah, it is. Okay, which is weird because, I mean, I know the mouse is kind of your... yeah, okay, so this bloom is massive. Obviously, you're not going to hit shit with this going. It's shrinking because I'm still going in a somewhat forward direction. Okay, so at 100 meters, that's how it is. Now, let's just keep backing up, and let's go to 200 meters away. Oh, this is so slow. Oh my god, yeah, don't Yeah, this is why you don't put this thing in bad spots. You can't get out. Let's see. All right, 95, 6, 7, 8, 9, 200. Okay, cool. So the reticle, if you can see, comparative to the 100 meters, is a lot bigger. Now, and penetration and all the variations on or with RNG on that and damage will vary. So if I'm going to aim at the lower plate right here, okay, this is the easiest weak point to shoot at. A dispersion will be, let's say, the 0.49 meters, any direction in radius around center. So I can shoot and probably hit because me and my crew is pretty sick in this. But look, that's fully aimed at. So you're saying, look, okay, I could probably keep hitting these shots and it's probably going to fall. But you see where I'm currently aiming is, let's say, right here. And it went in, but down quite a bit. So now we're going to... Oh, shoot, I can't even spot it at 300 meters, can I? Oh, I can, okay. I'm just going to go within any reasonable spotting range that I can possibly get until it until it almost disappears. Almost disappears. Ooh, okay. Slowly working my way back. Yep, still working back. Oh, I made it! Oh, no, I just can't see. Okay, so 180, 280, turn 90, about 300. Now, here we are, even better. So now look at the reticle. It's gotten way bigger. And we were gonna go. Of course it does. Well, it's still, I was aiming over here, and it went over into the right here. Now, I'm going to let it reload again, and we're going to do this again. Of course. Of course, it's just going to keep hitting the lower plate super easy. Okay, well, let's say it's hold down, and you're like, oh, the cupola. I hit it, because... Why would I, while recording, obviously, to just continue hitting, especially at 300 meters, with the least accurate gun in Tier 5. There we go! Okay. So, you bounced off, which is, fair. Yeah, and by the way, you can just shoot through the gun on the VK-45 and Tiger 2P, so... Alright, try this again, through the cupola. You really have to dead center? Alright, then you see, it went off a ways, and it did not get anywhere near. Now, the lower plate's obviously a much bigger target, in reference to the cupola, or even, say, the gun itself. And then I just went biff down to there. So, yeah, dispersion, just where you're aiming, fully aimed, that's when your dispersion value is actually going to become a real number, versus if you're just like, whoa, boy, and then I screwed that up. But still, I think you can kind of understand what I mean. So, yeah, that is what we have going on with dispersion. So yeah, so if anyone needs to wonder what it is, what it means, and what the numbers are actually, it's one based off 100 meters, and it's so you can take that, and that is how many tenths of a meter it is based on. Yeah, so yeah, that means, so basically this is a half meter difference on this gun, whereas let's say if I switch over to a different gang tank with a more accurate gun, it would be a lot smaller. But yeah, so I still have plenty of lower plate to hit, and it's still gonna kill it. So, of course, let's pick the tank that does the most. Okay, now the next thing I kind of want to go over real quick is something I didn't really know until I just did the math real quick, is the actual numbers on RNG. And after some quick calculations, I found that the shell penetration and damage are based on plus minus 15% variables. So you have, let's just say right here, the 175 millimeters I have, it is right now about 50-50 penetration. And generally, you're not going to waste your time shooting this, because why would you? Because it's not going to penetrate, obviously. This just isn't going to work. Obviously, you need to switch over to heat. Yep, but it's green, because heat has 250 millimeters of penetration versus this upper plate, which I'm not sure the value. I'll probably find it and post it over this stupid questioning portion. There we go. Right through. So you can see we're just pounded through. Ooh, that echoed actually. Nice. Yeah, so you can't pen this lower plate. You can't pen this part of the upper. You could technically hit the... see if it'll do it. No. So... what was that? It's not a pen. Regardless, so plus or minus 15%. So if you actually look at the actual penetration, well, I'm gonna pick it up here. So the AP has the penetration values, and you will see to your left here. And it obviously is not going to be enough to continue to try to blow through this plate, even if it's yellow, meaning it could potentially on a really nice RNG roll. But it won't, and generally speaking, so it's a bad idea. And obviously the heat is 250 millimeters of pen, so you're going to just blow right through that. So let's not even bother with that. High explosive, probably not hitting anything in here. It's just some ports. Oh, look at that. There's a little port right there. Yeah, you can hit the commander's little port right there. That'll be fun. Alright, yay! We kill him! So, yeah, that is, I guess, RNG in a nutshell. I mean, actually, let me pull out a different tank. I'm running the 112. Let's run that. Let's run that real quick. Now, I am in the 112. And this will be probably much better demonstration on penetration, RNG values. Oh, auto moving. No, I don't mind doing it. Now, especially at, well, let's see. I don't. What's the spotting range? It's like 300 something. Okay, so let me see. Right, so I got the mouse in sight. Now that is going to be a really nice target. Oh, even myself. So let's just aim at. Well, since it's already that far away, the mouse. So let's see if I can get to how far I can get back without actually not spot the mouse. So 380. And can I get to 400? Can I get to 400? Can I get to 400? Shibby. Okay. This is what you need. This is what you're trying to hit. Oh, it disappeared. Of course it did. And it didn't do anything. So I can't do that. We gotta get a little closer to the mouse. Okay. That's fair. That's very fair. All right, so the mousey poo, I think it's like 380 because I can't really make that work. So this, obviously the dispersion of this gun is, I think it's like 0.38 base. So about 0.38 meters off center, and that is a pretty big reticle that you're probably not going to hit and that's also. When you get to 400 meters, your effective penetration drops 20 millimeters. So you're really not going to penetrate this. Well, of course that just sinks in. So, yeah, this is not going to be a guaranteed penetration, and on top of that, your chances of hitting this shot are pretty low. As I speak and just continue to hit the lower plate. Did a little bit of testing earlier, and this was definitely not the case. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, we're not going to mess around too much. So, let's get up close and personal with the mouse.
Oh, mousy poo.
Hi, friend. Yeah, they're nice and quick. Wow, it's a fast tank. It's very fast. Okay, so it's 100 meters away. 107. No. Okay, cool. So yeah, so you can see the lower plate where I'm hitting it, and if you go even just that far over it, you're not actually hitting it. So yeah, and this is I don't remember the actual armor values of the mouse's lower plate, but it's a 50-50 pen, which means it's probably somewhere around 250 meters, 250 millimeters, which is still quite beefy. And if you angle it at all, let's just get on an angle for a minute. Too far of an angle onto the mouse's lower plate, and still penetrating. Cool. Okay. Now let's get to 100 meters again. Actually, oh, look at that. Okay, so let's look at the cheeks here. The cheeks are about 260. And I know that because I have the E100 and it's got the same turret. Now, if I hit dead center on the flattest part right there, it is going to be a penetration because 258, a little bit plus, you're going to go through. However, if you continue shooting that and hitting the same exact frickin' spot over and over again, this is great demonstrating. This is working out exactly as I thought it would. Seriously, when I was doing this earlier, it was not going this smoothly. It was not going this well. This is going way too well. Get the hell out of my way. Move. All right. And that pen, even here, yeah, so that was a decent roll. But let's try. Okay, and there we go. So now it hit towards the edge right there. So it went off center. And on top of that, it had a low roll for penetration. So anything right through, a little high into the right, left, and it still went through the mouse's cheek. And this is just AP. So at about 100 meters, it's quite possible. But again, see, there you go. It just went a little low in RNG, said no thank you, and it will not go through. And the penetration is at least 258, so 15%, I'm going to throw the equation up, and the actual value, I'm going to throw that up in a second. So that is, that's your lowest point, and then the highest point as well. So you can 50-50 not penetrate, or no, this spot here. Obviously you can aim around. Let's say, like, look at that, commanders, a little hatch up top, and just miss it because it's too far away for your dispersion, which is, it's just too far. This is too far for such a small spot. Obviously you're aiming like right on top, you're gonna hit that, but yeah, you can just see the shell hit marks right here. So you have a non-pen, a non-pen, a non-pen, a non-pen mixed with like 4 pens. So like half my shots penned, and it's all like RNG. It's 50, it's that extra fun little will it penetrate yellow spot, and right up close and personal, did not penetrate. So yeah, it's just something I just started looking into and calculating, figured out, hey, you know what is the actual RNG of this game? So yeah, so now that you know, plus minus 15%, plus minus 15%, and that is penetration and your damage per shot. So yeah, I hope you all learned something today. I think this is very valuable information because, when you're trying to shoot a mouse, let's say from an angle, its potential to just not go through, even though it says you potentially could, it's probably not going to. So thank you all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you all learned something quite good, and maybe you understand that there's sometimes you just gotta load the Pramo, bro. Have a good day.